speak a little more about the rapture that I read about in Revelation, where it's calling all the good people and then to take them off this earth for about 7 years. We're going to be in the air with Christ. 7 years, all the good people will be in the air with Christ. And then after that, what happens after that is absolutely, the revelation after is read Revelation 20, and it says about the rapture where the good people are raptured up. And they're raptured up in the clouds. They're raptured right up in the clouds. And then there meet the Lord or the Mashiach right in the air on the clouds for about 7 years. Where these evil, hateful world and hate mongers like Mark Zuckerberg, he is a real hate monger. He's so full of hate and pride. And there's a lot out there. I'm gonna spill the beans about Mark Zuckerberg and the Pope and all these ones like King Charles III, all these ones and the Masons and the Illuminati and all that, all these ones who are all so full of hate and pride, they're gonna kill one another because they're zealous. They're zealous. You know what their religion is? I know their religion. Their religion, they claim they be all loving Catholic Christians, all loving Catholic hate mongers, because they hate, and they're probably going to kill one another because they're so full of hate and pride that they're probably going to go crazy and turn on one another and kill one another. And so that's why the Lord Jesus Christ, as Christians call him, but that's why the Lord Yeshua HaMashiach, the real Mashiach, that's why he's vacuuming us up in the rapture and taking us up right up into the air. So that these hate mongers can be so full of hate and so full of pride, and kill themselves off. And after they kill themselves off, good, no more hate. Mark Zuckerberg, don't be fooled. Mark Zuckerberg is one of your most biggest hate mongers are. There's no hate monger bigger than Mark Zuckerberg. He is more hateful than the Pope. He's the most hateful of them all. The Pope is full of hate. But Zuckerberg, he's the worst of them all. The worst hate monger of them all. And the Pope is a hate monger, and King Charles III, what do you think he is? A hate monger. All these heathens are all a bunch of hate mongers. And you'll see that the real people of Yah, the real Yah loving people, will finally be back on the earth. And it says that after the 7-year tribulation, after the 7 years are up, Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach, returns back to the earth, and we return back to the earth with him. And we reign on the earth for about 1,000 years. And there was going to be a real big longevity like never was on earth before. Longevity at its most the greatest longevity. I mean, who knows how long people will live before they die. And people will be able to even have children, give birth to children. And that's after that 1,000-year millennial reign, 1,000 years. See, then after that 1,000 years, Satan is not totally gone. He's just tied up and locked up in there, like somewhere in there, like a dungeon. De besoy de buzos. And then when that happens, then he's set loose for a very short time. So his time is extremely short, very short. He has to really hurry up because his time is so short. His time will be extremely short on this earth. And so after when he's gone, that's it. After the 1,000 years, Satan is released. And then his time is short, extremely short, and he's finally defeated once and for all. And he will burn in hell with his other minion angels, fallen angels. And they will be in hell forever. And then that's when there's going to be a brand new heaven and a brand new earth. And people will live forever then. There will be no more sickness, no more death, no more violence, no more hatred, no more corruption. There will be a lot of things no more, and people will live forever. They will never ever die. They will live forever, never to get sick ever again. And they will have glorified bodies. These whole brand new glorified bodies. These bodies that have been glorified by the holiness of Yeshua HaMashiach, the Messiah, the Mashiach, the true Mashiach. And if you study Revelation chapter 1, you'll see that the Mashiach is not white, he's a black man, the Mashiach. And see, that's what you will see. You will see. But I intend to do a lot more research on the rapture and how the good people will be saved. the good people will be saved, caught up in the air, vacuumed up in the air and on the clouds. For 7 years, they'll be with Christ in the air and in the clouds. And then after about those 7 years, Christ finally does come back to this earth. But then there'll be a whole entirely brand new earth, heaven and earth. And that's where for 1,000 years Christ reigns. We're going to be with him. All the good people, we're all going to be with him for 1,000 years. And I think we'll even be able to have children and procreate, reproduce, have children. And so, and then after that 1,000 years, I guess Satan is finally set free one last time, but it's very, very short-lived. And next, Satan and all the fallen angels and all the bad and evil people of the world will go to hell and burn with the devil forever and ever. All the hate mongers and the ones who love hate and hate love and are abominable in the sight of the Most High. And I would like to do a lot more research on this. But I'm trying to bring good news from the book of Revelation about the rapture. I used to be scared of the rapture. Now I'm beginning to know about the rapture, and the more I know, the more I'm not scared. See, the rapture was unknown to me, so I was scared of the rapture because it was unknown. And something? The truth is, we fear what we do not know. We fear what we don't understand. See, so as you're probably entitled this video, we fear what we do not know. It was unknown. But now, the book of Revelations has shone more light on what the rapture is. And so what I'm going to do now is, I'm going to leave. Right now, I say shalom while I study more about the rapture. Now that they know it, I have no reason to be scared. I'm a little more confident. But pray that if the rapture comes, pray that they will come and save people. Shalom.